Welcome to Pass the Turn. This is another Magic the Gathering-esque discussion video. This is all about a new MTG set called Throne of Eldraine. And this was unveiled at the San Diego Comic-Con, I think. San Diego Comic-Con. According to this article that I'm reading from Hipsters of the Coast. Good work there, nice one. Mark Rosewater took to the stage at San Diego Comic-Con on Saturday evening for one of Magic the Gathering's biggest announcements of the year, the official unveiling of Throne of Eldraine, Magic's forthcoming fall expansion set. So that's in the UK, October, September time. Fall, autumn, basically. And let me just check my notes here. So this is basically a set that's all themed on fairy tales. They describe it as Camelot meets Grimm fairy tales. Now, Camelot is like Knights of the Round Table, King Arthur, Excalibur, loads of different knights in shining armour, dragons and trolls and all that sort of stuff. And Grimm fairy tales is like Gingerbread Man, witches, Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, all that sort of stuff. So it's going to be quite interesting set thematically and mechanically. I think it's going to be some returning mechanics, I hope, as well. I think Flashback is one of the ones that is rumoured to be circulating. So Flashback is instant value in any card because you can get two uses out of it. Also, there's a lot of Seb McKinnon art. Seb McKinnon is awesome. He's done the key art for Throne of Eldraine and it just looks really, really nice. So I'll display a big picture of the key art from Seb McKinnon. So as you can see there, it's got a knight in shining armour on the left. He's actually holding an apple as well, so a forbidden apple, which alludes to the fall of man in many cultures, a forbidden fruit as such. Then you've got a nice picturesque castle in the background there, and you've also got a sword on the right hand side as well, which alludes to Excalibur and pulling the sword from the stone and all that sort of stuff, and King Arthur. So very, very much based on a fairy tale world. Let me just refer to my notes again. So it's interesting in the sense that it was all based on theme. So exploring new cultures and new sort of ideas that have already been explored elsewhere in literature, such as Innistrad. You know, in Innistrad back in, I can't remember what year it was now, 2000s, early 2000s potentially, 2010, should I say, 2000 and tweens. They had Innistrad, which was zombies, werewolves. Then we've had Theros, which is like Greek mythology. Then we've also had Ixalan, which is basically Jurassic Park MTG version. Pirates as well included, so Pirates of the Caribbean, all that sort of swashbuckling adventure, also covered recently. So it's good that they're delving into different pop cultures and different literatures, I think, because that keeps it fresh. I don't think we've had, apart from Lorwyn, maybe, some sort of fairy tale-esque set, so that'll be interesting to see what sort of cards will appear in there. Maybe a reprint of Turn to Frog, or From Frog into Prince. Who knows? Be interesting. Of course, with every set comes new Planeswalkers. I hope they don't overkill it with Planeswalkers and do uncommons and all that sort of stuff. I think that was very much just War of the Spark, but the Planeswalkers rumoured to be from Eldraine are Will and Rowan Kenrith, which I think appeared in Battle Bond, and they were awesome because they could be your commander as well, and that's very much a format that we play here exclusively on Pass the Turn is commander. So we'll see if it's very, very likewise that they can be commanders also. Probably not, because it's more of a thematic release, but we'll see what happens there with the Planeswalkers from Eldraine. A lot of other stuff that's rumoured to be in this set is showcase cards, borderless Planeswalkers, extended art frames, all that sort of stuff. So again, I'm quoting the Hipsters of the Coast here. When it comes to splashy product changes, Wizards does not disappoint, announcing that Throne of Eldraine will include 3 variations of cards in the set: borderless Planeswalkers, extended art frames, and something called showcase cards. The borderless Planeswalker and showcase card styles have a chance to appear in normal draft booster packs, while the extended art styles will only be available in collector boosters. Now this is dangerous territory, I think, with different booster packs that you can open. It's no longer just the one booster, there's also a thematic booster and a collector's booster, which I'll explain now. So theme boosters, these booster packs will contain a 35 pack of cards. That's going to be a big old booster. 35 pack of cards of a specific colour. They will contain 1.1 rares and mythic rares, meaning that 1 in 10 will have 2 rares, as well as 33 to 34 uncommons and commons. Theme boosters were originally introduced back in Guilds of Ravnica. I don't know, I'm not familiar with that set, I wasn't really playing at the time. But theme boosters, okay, there might be something I can get behind if there's a certain theme within Eldraine, like the black. If the black cards are all like witches and demons and horrible things, well, probably not demons because it's King Arthur, but who knows. If I wanted to pick up just the black thematic, or just spat everywhere then, if I wanted to pick up just the black thematic cards, then maybe I could do that by getting theme boosters. If there's only certain cards I want to hit, then a theme booster is, you know, tailored to me. I guess that's quite a good idea, theme boosters. But these collector boosters that they rave on about next, collector boosters will cost between $20 to $25. And they will have increased odds of premium foiled cards, as well as guaranteed borderless and showcase card styles. They are also the only place where you can find the extended art card style. So they're capitalising on people wanting to pimp out their decks, I guess, with these collector boosters. And it's a shame because we haven't had anything like this yet. We've had like Ultimate Masters and those like rare cards that you get that have the extended art frames and what have you. But I think the extended art frames should just be on the card to begin with. They just look so awesome. But of course they're going to be, you know, monetizing this shit, aren't they? You know, to whatever extent they can. Wizards of the Coast. But yeah, I'll go into what it contains. It will contain 15 cards plus 1 foil token as well. Wow, very good. So 1 rare / mythic rare with extended art, 1 foil rare and mythic rare, so you get 2 rares, 9 foil uncommons and commons, so they're all foils basically, 3 special frame cards, borderless planeswalkers or showcase cards, 1 ancillary card, which I think is something like, might have an ancillary card somewhere around here, do I? Yes, no, something like that, that promotes something. Oh, it's a token, well, forget what I just said there. And then a foil token, so literally just what I just demonstrated, maybe a fairy that's shiny or something. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about collector boosters. I probably won't buy those myself. I mean, if I want to pimp out a deck, I'm going to buy singleton cards, not collector boosters. I don't think that's. We'll see how well that does. Collector boosters, not sure, but we'll see. I'm sure Rudy will from Alpha Investments will cover this Throne of Eldraine at some point. Car going past, ruining my audio. But yeah, hopefully he'll be releasing a more financial take on what these could be, or what they could do, or what they could perform at. But yeah, so you got those different types of boosters. So it looks like a fairly exciting set. Obviously, it's some sort of lore that hasn't been done before. I think Lorwyn touched on it a little bit, but again, I wasn't really playing at that time, so I can't really comment. But from what I've seen art-wise and flavour-wise, Lorwyn's probably the closest thing that gets to this Eldraine set. I'm not sure whether it's something that I'm gonna really invest in. I mean, I don't really want a giant gingerbread man. I've seen some cool memes that this card should be called Animate Bread after after Animate Dead. Instead of Animate Dead, you're animating bread. So Gingerbread Man gets it's got like a star for power and toughness, where his power and toughness is equal to the number of bakers you control, or something ridiculous like that. Who knows? But a giant gingerbread man, probably not going to be on my EDH list. Mermaids, witches with apples, Arthurian knights, Excaliburs, probably not my sort of forte. I mean, a knight tribal is probably going to really like this set if it's all King Arthur. There might be a few interesting things in the other colours, but not really to my theme. But it'll be interesting to see what comes out, because it's completely different. I haven't seen anything like this in Magic the Gathering so far. I don't think a whole set dedicated to fairy tales as such, and hopefully they're not Disney fairy tales. Hopefully they're like twisted versions. And if you look at the artwork that's being displayed for it, I'll flash up a few images. It does look like it's fairly twisted fairy tales, which is better than like Shrek and Donkey and fucking Lord Farquaad, or whatever his name is. But my lord. But yeah, we'll see what happens. It comes out in October, I believe, so it's quite a way away. Releases to the public on October the 4th, but obviously there will be pre-release events as well. I'm not sure whether, again, it's something that I'll be picking up, but if there's a few cool cards in there, who knows, we'll see. But yeah, stay tuned for more Throne of Eldraine. Just thought I would do a little coverage video on it. So thanks for tuning in, we'll see you next time.